All right, so hey Clay, and thank you so much for joining me to talk about Simon's coaching style and license to sell. How are you today?
Absolutely. I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, very good. A little tired, a little weary, but I'm all good. So, sorry?
I said, well, good.
Yeah, all good. So, you're from South Carolina. You've got a web design business, Audacious, a great website, getaudacious.com. And you joined us on the Mountains of Clients adventure and have been part of the License to Sell beta program as well. Tell us a little bit about your business. What do you sort of do?
I kind of fell into web design 12 years ago, built my own website for another business I was running. My competition actually contacted me, asked me who built my website. I told them I did, and they asked me to build one for them.
Right.
I told them, sure, I'll do it. I'll charge you 3 times what somebody else would charge you. And I laughed about it. They laughed about it. They called me back and asked if I wanted a check. And I said, yeah. So that's how I fell into building websites for other people.
Wow, that's fantastic. So it was 12 years ago.
And that was 12 years ago.
Yeah,
12
how
years
much has changed in that last 12 years?
Oh, yeah. I was building websites from scratch with HTML and CSS. And a website that should only take 10 hours used to take 200.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's changed a lot.
Yeah. First question, did you enjoy the coaching that you received from Simon?
Oh, absolutely. It was invaluable.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very enlightening. I used to spend my time sitting, and I would actually tell my wife, I really want to work. I have the ability to work. I do good work. I just don't know how to get new clients. And it was very frustrating. So yeah, absolutely. My coaching from Simon has been invaluable.
So, Clay, in a sentence or two, what would you say to another designer about license to sell and what it's done for you?
If you're like me and you're a designer, you're a creative person, and you don't necessarily know how to go about getting new clients. You know that you see, John Doe on the street that owns mom and pop small business, and you can help them, but you don't know how to convince them of that and how to get them to hire you to do that for them. And just from going through the beta and talking to Simon in the private coaching, learning how to reach out to them where it's not a win versus lose situation, because that's the way we always think of it is I won that contract or I lost that contract. Thinking of it as getting on their team and having either them come over to your side or you go over to their side so you can work hand in hand.
Yeah.
Once you have that different approach to reaching out to people, there doesn't have to be a winner and loser. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
And you're no longer selling them your services. You're offering value that they ask you for.
Yeah. It's really cool, isn't it? Yeah. He's labeled it. Yeah. His combat to classroom approach to sales, which is completely demystifying the whole, it takes away the ick from the whole sales process as well.
And it takes away the fear from approaching other people because I'm no longer selling you something. And, everybody hates to be sold.
Yeah.
You don't like to be sold anything. I don't like to be sold anything. If you've ever been to a flea market or a mall where there's somebody standing outside the doorway and saying, come here, use my services, buy my thing. You're like, no. Even before you know what it is, you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But if you can break down that barrier and say, I'm on your team, I want to help you succeed. Don't just throw money at me. Anyway, I hope I'm not giving away too much. But
no. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.
What I've learned is I'm not selling them anything. I'm educating.
Yeah.
By the time I'm done offering so much value, they're begging me to work for them.
Yeah.
Or to work with them,
I
should say.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that's what he calls the art of the self-close. Like the self-closing roller door. Yeah, which is just, I mean, doesn't it change the whole dynamic of the entire client relationship for life? Like, for starters,
Absolutely.
they're way more loyal to you.
Yeah.
They don't believe any of the frog wash that any other people that sell on fear and uncertainty and doubt kind of throw at them. They trust you. They don't bark about change, changes, and they sign off first go, and it just changes everything when you collaborate rather than sort of combat.
Yeah, when you're on the same team instead of opposing teams.
Yeah. I mean, that is how we have sold so many websites. Everybody asks us all the time how we've managed to sell so many in such a short space of time. I think we did 300 in our first year when Simon first came on, and he knew nothing about web design. He had a clothing business and a property business, and he kind of he came and joined us in Web 123 and just started diving into sales and had no idea about web. He still said years into it that he felt like, he had imposter syndrome. Like, he didn't know what he was talking about, but it was all about the relationship. It wasn't about the platform, the technology. So what has been your single greatest takeaway from Simon's coaching?
Really, it's how to talk to people. Understanding their pains and their fears, and not only how I can solve them, but as far as sales goes, and it's really how to push the buttons.
Yeah.
I mean, it may sound, that's the one thing I would say may sound a little salesy, but it's the truth. It's educating, listening, and really listening to what they're saying. Because I may go into a situation and think, this guy really needs a beautiful website. Like, he needs a really pretty website. Yeah. And in his mind, he may be thinking, and he'll tell me, what a prospective client, through the course of it, whether or not he wants something beautiful because of his ego, or if he wants something that works and doesn't care what it looks like. And I have to listen to those signals and what his pains and fears are, and push the right buttons and meet the right need. And before, I always thought everybody just needs a really pretty website. I've had clients in the past 3 months that don't care what their website looks like. Yeah. Just show me the results.
Yeah.
Now, I've had clients in the past 3 months who don't care what their website does.
Yeah.
They just want it to look better than their competition website does.
Yeah.
I had a lawyer client after I signed up with mountains of clients. And so I probed and I said, so what result do you want? What is the end result? Do you want more clients? Do you want things to be easier for you? What do you want? He goes, I just want the other law firms down the street to be jealous.
Yeah, that's typical of a lawyer. Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
So before, it was always, I thought everybody fit in one category. Have a pretty website that doesn't break, make it work. And it's no wonder when I talked to use that same language with every prospective client. And it's no wonder I didn't get every client.
Yeah.
Because I was speaking one language, but they were hoping to hear something else.
Yeah.
And I wasn't listening to them. Once I started listening to them and learning how to speak to them, like, literally one of the coolest things about the License to Sell course is the pre-made verbiage you can use for every comeback they have.
Yeah.
I've literally had Simon on another line while just kind of listening in the background while I'm going through talking to a potential client.
Yeah.
And he's like, say this. Now he's like, when you say this, they're going to respond with this. And when they say that, this is how you respond to that.
Yeah.
So I would say the first thing, they would respond just like he said they would.
Yeah.
I would say the second thing, and they'd be like, yeah, you're right.
That's real 007, isn't it? You kind of had Simon in your ear on some of the sales meetings.
I had him on Skype and I was typing it while I'm on the phone.
All right, that's so cool.
He's like, say this and just wait.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And there is a psychology to it.
Totally.
And one of the cool things about it is, not only are you going to just learn scripts and what to say, you'll start understanding it.
Yeah.
And you'll start figuring it out yourself.
Yeah.
I'm talking too much probably, but
no, not at all.
You remember my Mission Impossible clothes, right?
Yes.
The one.
Yeah.
So that particular client needed a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
He'd been dragging along for months and months and months. Yeah, I'm going to have you do it. Yeah, I'm going to have you do it. Yeah. If I replied to him or if I talked to him like I talked to the lawyer, it would have drug on for 9 months.
Yeah.
If I'd have talked to my Mission Impossible guy, if I'd have talked to the lawyer like I talked to him, he'd have told me to piss off and never talk to me again.
Exactly.
So it's listening to their needs, their fears, their wants, and knowing the right way to respond to it. That's been the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, identifying that buyer persona, because there's tons, but we narrow it down. Simon's narrowed it down to about 6 different buyer personas, and then knowing which buttons to push. And obviously the buttons for a florist are very different to the buttons for a lawyer. And also your Mission Impossible clothes was brilliant. I mean, as you said, it wouldn't work for everyone, but it works in that case.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Is there anything we could improve upon? Speaking of 007.
Hey, what's happening, man?
G'day, mate. I can actually hear Bianca from the other office.
Oh, well, it's usually you're the loud one. Yeah.
Hey, you guys survived the typhoon or the hurricane or whatever?
Yeah, we missed it. Our property is really damaged.
It's beach slapped,
Yeah, it's being beat around a bit. And now it's in New Zealand. So one of the guys on the live office hours called this morning said they were just
Debbie the
bitch. They were just getting it this morning. But yeah, it's done a fair bit of damage up there. They still don't have electricity.
Yeah, it's going to be about a week, I reckon. But I better keep going. See you.
Yeah. Oh,
all right,
okay.
What was the last question?
Sorry?
What was the last question?
Is there anything we could improve upon with License to Sell?
Anything you could improve upon? Honestly, no. I really like the way everything's laid out, and what's really going to help people is designers specifically are not wired for marketing. We're just not. We're wired for aesthetics. We're wired for functionality. We're wired for results, but we're not wired for probably the number one thing we need, which is how to get new clients, how to speak their language. You see memes, you know what a meme is on Facebook. You see memes, you see jokes all the time about designers communicating with clients and how there's just such a miscommunication. They don't even know how to talk. This helps that tremendously. And it really, for the people that know they struggle with reaching out to clients and getting new clients, this will help break down that fear big time. Because for me, I would never pick up the phone and say, I would never pick up the phone and start the process with a prospective client, because I thought if I'm really that good and if they really need me, they'll call me, and I'm not going to bother them.
Yeah.
The truth is, you need to call them.
Yeah. If you don't have to, don't go. Yeah.
Get on their team.
Yeah.
Help them make more money. They'll be your best friend afterwards.
You're helping them. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing that Simon's done for me. Because obviously I've been privileged to have him for starters, but to listen to his pitch all these years and how he's changed it and refined it. But sales used to scare the hell out of me as a designer, as a creative, and listening to just how much fun he has, I now am no longer scared. I'm just fun, and I'm as much interviewing them to see if I want to work with them and if they're a fit for me as if they think that they are. You know, they're the ones that they think they're making the choice about me, and I'm sizing them up just as much. You know, I think that's another beautiful thing about it is just a whole lot of fun, and it's just like a friend you haven't met yet. You know, someone you haven't had a barbecue with yet.
That's true. And the more people you reach, the pickier you can be.
Yeah.
For instance, early on in my training with Simon and I kind of got together and we pitched an idea to a guy.
Yeah.
And we actually fired the guy before we signed the contract.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a $40,000 deal.
Yeah.
And I told Simon, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like, dude, if you don't want to do it, it ain't worth $40,000.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Yeah.
And so I ended up emailing the guy and saying, hey, listen, appreciate all your time, appreciate all the conversation.
Yeah.
Hope I've educated you and you've learned a lot. Unfortunately, at this time, I don't think we're a good fit. And I never get.
How did that make you feel by saying that? I mean, compared to where you were a few months ago before we.
Oh yeah, a few months ago, I said I'll do it for you for 20.
Yeah.
For 10. And I would have been getting into it the whole time, knowing I would regret it.
Yeah.
So what I did was I freed up 250 hours to go find other clients.
Yeah.
Instead of being buried in a project that I was going to hate.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing I learned.
Yeah.
You don't have to take every project.
Yeah.
And it's not always beneficial that you do.
Yeah.
Anytime you turn down a non-ideal client, you just freed up 50 to 100 hours that you can dedicate to finding the ideal client.
Yes.
Get paid more, enjoy your job more, and get more referrals.
Yeah.
So that was very liberating because previously I spent a lot of time over the years working in projects that I wish I just had not taken on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt trapped.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I was there in the early days too. Yeah. Sorry?
I don't feel that way anymore.
That's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. So, we've got a few questions, if it's okay. Jump around.
Yeah.
What was your problem before License to Sell?
Finding new clients.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to approach them, how to look for them. I just would hope the phone would ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope one of my clients would tell somebody. Yeah, the biggest problem was finding clients.
Yeah. Hope marketing, some people call it. Yeah.
Hope marketing.
Yeah. Yeah. And what results have you gotten from Simon Sales Coaching?
I closed projects with clients that I never dreamed would say yes to me.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
For dollar figures, I never dreamed they would let me have.
Right.
It blew me away. And being able to set my payment terms and convincing them to meet them, and they're happy about it.
Wow.
That's blown me away.
Yeah. So no, you don't feel bad about, overcharging them, you don't feel guilty about getting money up front.
No, but I used to.
Yeah.
I used to feel bad. I used to build websites for people and think, I hope it works out for them. I hope, I hope 6 months from now I don't get a phone call that they're upset they're not making more money.
Yeah.
But that, that's backing up to mountains of clients where now I know how to build them websites that produce more money for them.
Mm-hmm.
But the License to Sell and the personal coaching has been what has helped me go out and find new clients that I can show them that I can make more money for them.
Yeah, brilliant. That's sensational. What exactly did you like most about License to Sell or about Simon or his technique?
the having fun with it part.
Yeah.
The taking the fear away from picking up the phone, calling somebody, and really because you're not selling somebody and you're just offering value and you're educating, there's really nothing to fear. They can't be mad at you about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, what are they going to do? Yell at you for, thanks for teaching me how to make my business more efficient. They're not going to do that. The worst thing they can do is just act uninterested. And if that's the worst thing that happens, I'll take it, because I've had people in the past be a lot worse than just uninterested.
Yeah. I mean, if they're not interested too, maybe it's just not the right time, or perhaps they're just not a fit. And so it's really like, it's no biggie. Hey, no skin off your nose.
Hey, it didn't work out for you, no problem.
Yeah.
Hope you have a great day. Click.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And what would you recommend, why would you recommend this sales coaching to another designer who might be on the fence?
If you're struggling whatsoever with finding new clients, understanding how to find new clients, how to talk to new clients, if you're living on hope marketing, which means you hope the phone rings, you are really missing out. My financial world has been turned upside down. I went from scrounging through couch cushions one day, having a little bit of money another, scrounging through couch cushions, to literally picking my clients, turning down clients I don't want to work with, charging my fair wage to clients that I do want to work with. If you are tired of the roller coaster financial lifestyle, then License to Sell is the course you need to take. Hands down.
Brilliant. Thank you. And do you have any other benefits that you want to mention about Simon, or anything else you want to add?
Yes. If you take the personal coaching, I guarantee you 112%. What was the word? Self-confidence boost, because Simon's bald and he's not. He makes you feel better about yourself every time you call him. I know you can't do that, but you have to show that to him. I know you can't use that. I know you can't use that, but you can show that to him later.
It's so good. I'm going to use that.
No. No, you know what? Really, honestly, and I think I've probably told you this before, I get bombarded. I've been bombarded. You get bombarded, run over with these mentor programs and these coaching programs and this course and that course and this ebook and that ebook. I mean, my Facebook page is covered up in it.
Yeah.
And I literally took a risk on you guys because I was desperate. I've got a family of 6. I was on a roller coaster. I'd have money one day, no money the next. Never knew when the next paycheck was going to come. And I saw your ads for a few days, and you seemed like good people, and it seemed like what you were saying made sense. I signed up for a webinar, and you seemed like good people. And I will tell you this, there's a lot of snake oil salesmen out there, a lot. And I was 120% sure that when I sent you money, I was going to be disappointed. I was 150% wrong. And I will thank you forever. I am serious about that. This is not an infomercial. I am so grateful that you didn't take advantage of me, that you didn't blow smoke up my butt, and that you were sincere and offered real, palatable, tangible value. And it has changed my business forever.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Clay. Thanks for that. And you honestly have made our lives a lot brighter for, I hear you and Simon And it's just amazing to listen to you two. And I know you've brought a lot of joy to him, and I can say thanks on his behalf. But also for us, and you've been a great part of the community as well. So thank you for helping us get our message out there, and also passing on, and I guess spreading, passing the baton and spreading the Foxley flame out there to everyone in the community, because that's ultimately what we want to do. Is just we want to help designers suffer less in business, and you're a big part of that now. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I can't thank you enough.
Oh, awesome. All right. Is there anything else that you want to add? I nearly cried then.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. It was great. Brought a tear to my eye. Is there anything else you want to add, or say? I'm really stoked. I think you said amazing stuff. And yeah.
Well, no, I do sincerely thank you guys very much, because I was very skeptical. You know that. I was extremely skeptical.
Yes, you were the biggest skeptic on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if I'd have signed up for some other course, maybe they'd have helped a little. Maybe they would have helped a little. Maybe they would have. Yeah. But it's not been. I know you guys have something special and something different going on. And I would encourage you not to lose that.
Yeah.
When you're making billions and billions.
No, we're not like that.
You surround yourselves with some Jodies and some other people that can take over with the, personal touch when you guys, when you and I and Simon are out on a yacht fishing.
Exactly. We're all going to be on the top of the mountain together.
That's right. So make sure you get some good
none of this. Yeah, none of this whole, when you make it up to the top, remember us. There's none of that. We're all doing this together. We're all climbing that mountain together. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Clay. I'm sure that your words, your experience, your wisdoms, what you've learned from License to Sell and from Simon is really going to help a lot of people decide whether or not this is the program for them. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. And if anyone wants to check out Clay's website, it is getaudacious.com. You see his fantastic work there, and also check him out in the Foxley Rockstar group. Tag him if you want to ask any questions. But I'm sure you can pretty much gather Clay is an amazing success story of Foxley's for a long time to come. So.
That's right. Thank you, Bianca.
Thanks, mate. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Cool.